I'm joined here by Tipperary manager Michael Rynne. Michael, welcome to Bunratty in County Clare. It's great to have an upper churchman here.
I feel like I'm being ambushed here, Nicholas. We're in the heartland of Clare here. I've been interviewed by Clare FM, and we're going to have the last game in this Munster Championship.
That's right, yeah. What do you think of the format, first of all, Michael?
I think, being honest, I suppose to be fair, step away from my role as being a tip manager. I think as a hurling enthusiast, I think it'll be a great Munster Championship. To be fair, in terms of the games, the quality and the range of games that's coming at us. Now it's unprecedented. It will take any of us all of our time to try and be standing straight at the end of it, and God only knows. Now I'll tell you, you'll be a very wise man. I think Paddy Power will be stretched to figure out who's going to be standing up at the end of this, and who are the two unlucky teams going to be.
Yeah, your first day out, of course, is in the Gaelic rounds against Limerick, and there's a lot of talk about Limerick now having won the under-21 and coming away quietly maybe. How do you feel about that game?
Yeah, well, I'm going to dispel the myth about quietly. I don't think they've come away quietly. I think we're all fully aware that this Limerick side is a really, really good side, and it's full of quality literally from start to finish. And we saw that firsthand. We saw that firsthand when they came down and we played them in the league semi-final in Thurles, and obviously the week previous you had a good view of them yourselves in the league quarter-final in the Gaelic grounds. They're well used to digging out results right at the end, and I think this is a really up and coming Limerick side. And look, they're coming up to Division 1A. After a hiatus of a number of years, this is their top Limerick team, to be honest. Yeah,
looking back over the last couple of years, I mean, in 2016 you had a fantastic year, obviously winning All Ireland. It wasn't your first time. In 2010 you were involved as well with Liam, and you've been there a nice while now to know. That there's nothing for granted, but you came out in the league against Galway and you got beaten, but yet, despite what a lot of the media said, you were only a point away from the All Ireland champions.
Yeah, well, look, we were very well beaten by Galway in the league final of 2017, and we fought our way back into having got, and I didn't stop there. We had a poor start against Cork, but Cork went on and won their Munster final. So I think you have to credit Cork as well. But 2017 is confined to history now. We did lose out to Galway at their best, as far as I was concerned. In terms of they really had a good run and they were really excellent in Croke Park. And between beating us and going on and winning their final after, I think they were the team of 2017 without a doubt.
Yeah.
But look, 2018 is here now, and it bodes. We all have an opportunity, and we're all alive. And there's no team in Munster thinking about anything outside of the Munster Championship right now, and we can't because the 4-game round robin series will give us our qualifiers for the Munster final, and it'll give the third ranked team that will have some life left in them. And Munster is just so tight, and it's always been like that. This isn't new to any of us. Anyone who's been observing Munster Championship over the last number of years, anybody can beat anybody on a day. But that's the real beauty of it. So I think this is going to be a Munster Championship that people will talk about for a very long time. A, for it being a new format, but I'd say B, for who's going to stand up straight at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you a team rented, but how is Seamie Callan doing?
Seamie Callan's doing well. Thankfully he's back and he's healthy, and he's working hard, and he played with his club at the weekend there, which is hugely important for him
news,
now.
Yeah, that's great news. You lost Seamie for the league. Jason Ford stepped in. One of my favourite hurlers, at the moment, Jason Ford. I mean, what a talent to have to step in Seamie's boots for that league.
Yeah, look, Jason has been great for us in the league of 2018, and anyone that's been watching Jason closely over the last number of years since he broke onto our setup will, they're all admirers of Jason's ability. But I think he's had a great spring in terms of delivering on that, and but he's worked really hard, and I think for any young players that are watching how inter-county players develop, Jason is a great role model. Because talent is one thing, but getting making that execute on the day or making it count on the big days, that's you should never ever take that for granted. And to be fair to Jason, he hasn't, and I think he's had a really good early 2018, and we're looking forward now to building on that, and hopefully that can get to a new level again in the championship.
As a manager, Michael, you have a lot of experience at managing, and you've brought your team to the top. obviously, but it's going to be a difficult one to manage, I think, this year, will it?
I think
we games going so quickly.
Yeah, without a doubt, Nicholas. Yeah, I think we're this is unprecedented territory for every single one of us. Number one in terms of managing the physical fatigue and. We've got every team was going to start out with the same ambition of gathering up every single point that's available from this from the Munster Championship, but you've got to manage the personnel as well, and in some sense we will have fellas that will have pick up injuries, and that's not going to be easy for them, and that might rule them out for a game, or it might rule them out for a number of games, and that's really hard. It's the one thing that players want is they want to play. I suppose the other side of it, and if there's an upside here, it is that we will get to use our panel a little bit more, so that should build a stronger, deeper panel for all of us, to be honest. And I think fellas, the effort that they put in from November on for us, you'd love to see them rewarded with some game time, and I think that's what they ask. That's the minimum they ask, really.
Yeah, but you played in big Munster finals in your playing career, playing cornerback. Do you think is there any fear of the Munster Championship is changed now?
Yeah, well, look, I'd have been one of the advocates for don't go near it, leave it alone. It's fine, because it's special for us all. But having said that, we've got to change, we've got to evolve. Knockout hurling it really brings an edge to it, and that's what I suppose what the Munster Championship had until now. But I think what we've now moved on to do is we're shifting the balance slightly, that we're going to have more games, and the games to training ratio is going to be tipped in favour of more games. But I can tell you from the players' perspective, they're delighted with this. Now, it'll remain to be seen. Being older and arguably wiser, I'm a little bit conscious of that. Will we be able to mind them, or will we get them through, and will they be available to us when we need them?
We need them out in the year.
Yeah.
Michael, I ambushed you there coming down along, and thanks very much for talking to me.
Welcome.
And I'm looking forward to Limerick and Tip. I always do. I love Tipperary hurling. As a Clareman, I love it. So thanks very much. Thank you.